Hello, today I'm finally able to review the ESEE4. Why finally? Well, I have this knife for about 2 years and I really wanted to like it, but I just couldn't. And after many modifications, as you might see, I'm finally happy with it. Okay, so let's start. I'm going into the knife itself a bit later, so we are going from the outside to the inside. I added the Burka Gnome, a small neck knife, onto the Kydex sheath of the ESEE4 itself. I found that's a good companion because the Gnome is 440C, so a stainless steel, while the ESEE4 is a carbon steel. Yeah, a nice little backup knife. Then on top I added the Tops Fire Starter piggy pack, so it's always good to have a fire starter with it. And the whole system I put on the Parts Universal platform by Barwiderman Blades. So as you can, this is this black thing in the background, and this is altogether added on the Warrior belt by Tasmanian Tiger, so in a horizontal carry option, and I really like it. I will make a separate video about this belt setup, which is turned out to be really good. But today is about the ESEE4. So yeah, the Kydex sheath itself is probably one of the best sheaths you can get for a production knife. For example, Burka is notorious for having really bad Kydex sheaths, while ESEE is really great out of the box. Well, where is the carrying option for the Kydex sheath? Here it is. This is the belt clip it originally came with, and I think it really sucks. Why? For two reasons. So generally you can carry a fixed blade two ways, either vertically or horizontally, and this only works vertically, but when you do it, now compared to the holes, when I align it with the drilled out holes, you'll see that this entire section, so the whole handle, sticks out on your belt. So imagine if you carry it like this, you have so much sticking out. So it rides really high, and the handle just pokes into your ribs. So vertical carry is possible but uncomfortable. Horizontal carry is not possible at all, because the holes do not align when you put it horizontally, and I tried all possible combinations, and you would have to drill new holes, and I didn't want to do that, and it wouldn't really work either way. So I chose to buy this Parts Universal platform, and it's now really rigid and it's fixed, it won't go anywhere. Well, you could use it to clip on pals or molly webbing directly with this clip, but here, as you can see, maybe it goes through one column and 2 rows only. And as you can see, one section of molly webbing is a bit wider than this metal clip, so it would be a bit wobbly. To be really stable, it would either have to go through 2 columns or at least 3 rows. But this goes only through these 2 sections, so it will really wobble around on your belt. So overall, the sheath great, but the clip really sucks. Yeah, one more thing, a friend of mine has same, and he used, because he only has this knife, he used it quite often and this metal clip broke off. Yeah, that's, now we come to the warranty. So if something breaks, ESEE is known for its great warranty, which is great if you live in the US. So you send it there and they replace it, no problem. If you live, like me, in Europe or concretely in Croatia, the problem is you have to send it to the US, to ESEE. So you have quite high costs for shipping, and, which is worst, when you get the knife back into returned from the US, you have to pay customs for the knife that you already own. Yeah, that's stupid, and I tried to argue with my local customs service for my friend, but yeah. Anyway, so ESEE warranty is great if you live in the US. If you don't, it's pretty much meaningless. Okay, so let's move on to the knife itself. I'll move this belt a bit back. After some complaints, now to some positive aspects, and the best part for this knife is the blade itself. It's made out of 1095 carbon steel. This is why it has coating on it, because otherwise it wouldn't be protected against corrosion, because it doesn't have any chromium content. And yeah, here let's compare it to a very similar knife. Oops. K-bar short drop point BK16. Similar in size, similar materials for the blade, and the K-bar comes in 1095 Chroban, whereas the ESEE comes in regular 1095 but with Rowan heat treatment. So in theory the K-bar has slightly more complex composition of the blade steel, while the ESEE uses the simple version, but the heat treatment is really good. So overall there should be around the same in performance, and they basically are. Well, actually, in my experience, the ESEE does have a slightly better edge holding capability than the K-bar. So yeah, but when it comes to the handles, these are not the original handle scales, but these are, and the original scales suck, like all ESEE knife handles, I would say. Why? Good that I have the K-bar here, because the K-bar comes out of the box with two pairs of handle scales. These are the black, on the knife itself I have the brown ones, and now when you compare them directly, one next to the other, you can see the difference. First of all, the ESEE handle is very short, very thin and very flat, and all these three things combined makes it really bad for handling. I bought the optional G10 handles from the Knife Connection, and it makes such a huge difference. It's really massive difference. When you watch some videos on YouTube, some people say that the handles are okay, some say they suck. So why is that? And I really thought, how could anyone say that the handles are, well, at least acceptable? Because they aren't out of the box. I'm talking about these ones. Then I figured out, well, I have fairly large hands, so XL glove size. And for people who have short hands or small hands, the handles actually might be okay. because yeah, I will show you on the knife itself. So if you put the original scales here for comparison, you can see the aftermarket handles are much longer and they come with this hook here. And they are also contoured and a lot thicker. So for me, because I have bigger hands, I really need bigger handle to really grab it. Because the original ones just disappear in my hand. So it's too short, too flat, which even though it's the micarta handle material is relatively tough, but it's not enough to provide good grip because it's just too flat and your hand just slides off. I tried it. Whereas with the aftermarket scales you can choke back, put your ring finger into this groove and use it for, let's say, for light hacking or something like that, and it really works. It's really comfortable and secure grip, which is not possible with the original scales. So if you want to buy an ESEE4 or any ESEE for that matter, I would highly recommend to get the optional G10 handle scales by the Knife Connection. I'll put a link into the video description. It's really comfortable in all possible positions. Normal grip, reverse grip, side holding, this way, side holding that way. Really comfortable. Yeah, one more thing about the coating. It's really resilient, so you won't wear it off easily. You just add some dirt on it when you work with it. So some dirt gets stuck on it, but it's really going to stick onto the blade. Some other knife makers have really crappy coating on their carbon steel knives that really wears off quickly. While we are at comparisons, here another comparison to the Bark River Bravo 1 LT. So all these three knives are similar, and actually let's put it in this order. So yeah, Keba is the cheapest, ESEE4 is in the middle, and Bark River is obviously the most expensive one. And it also comes with yeah, I would say the best blade steel, CPM 3V in this case. So while 1095 with the row and heat treatment is very good for what it is, but CPM 3V compared to 1095, at least in my experience, is even tougher than 1095. A lot better in edge retention, and obviously it has at least, I think, around 7.5% chromium content, so even without coating it is at least somewhat corrosion resistant, whereas 1095 without any coating has absolutely no corrosion protection at all. But in one aspect, or actually in two aspects, 1095 has the edge, pardon the wordplay, over CPM 3V. First, 1095, with 1095 you can really easily get a very nice, even a polished edge, without even trying. With CPM 3V it's a lot harder. And another more important aspect is that 1095 is easily maintainable in the field. So mostly just a strop is enough, and you can quickly get a sharp edge back on the blade, whereas with CPM 3V, well, you could, depends on how dull the knife is, you could get away with just chopping, but it takes a lot more time. So yeah, for 1095 is just more easily to maintain. Yeah, so this is it, I think. Did I forget anything? No, I don't think so. So, to sum it up, out of the box I cannot really recommend the ESEE4 because, as mentioned before, there are many downsides. But if you are willing to modify it and to invest some time and money in it, you can get a really nice knife out of it. Alternatives are here on the table. Budget alternative is definitely the K-Bar BK16 if you have more money, but actually when you count all the investments into the ESEE4, especially if you come from Europe and you have to import stuff from the US, you can just as well buy Bark River. So that's it. Thanks for watching.